This is the live art tutorial with my lovely guest Stephanie, who's with the charity. Oh, do you know what? That's the notification telling me that we're live on Facebook. Okay, can you see the screen, Stephanie?
Yes, I can.
Brilliant, and thank you so much for coming along. We're going to design merchandise, and tell me a little bit about Stanzi. Is it Tanzania? Is that
Tansy.
Tanzi?
Tansy like Tanzania.
Okay, I keep talking. What's your?
Okay, so
Okay.
Tansy is a very special dog. She is the mascot for the SPCA Adventure Challenge. So we are an initiative of the Santon SPCA in Johannesburg, and we look for adventurers who want to come and join us for an adventure with a purpose. Our flagship fundraiser is Kilimanjaro climb, and we've done 5 Kilimanjaro expeditions. Tansy herself has done 2. Her predecessor did the previous 3, and we carried Tansy up the mountain with us on our backs, and she's got a beautiful harness, if your guests can see, made of shui shui. SPCA Kilimanjaro climber. So she climbs with us, and she reminds us of her purpose. And I'll tell you, it is fantastic to have her on the mountain. You meet all kinds of people who people bark at you all the way up the mountain. The porters, other climbers. So she's really fun, and she draws attention to the purpose of our Kilimanjaro climb.
Right, wonderful. And sorry, how many times have you been up?
I've been up 5 times. No, I've been 4 times. This July was supposed to be my 5th climb, but of course, the world has changed a lot in the last couple of months. So, like everybody else, we're adapting and we're going virtual.
Yeah.
So this year, we're having a virtual Kilimanjaro challenge, and that's starting on the 18th of July, and it's going to go for 5 days. So 18th of July, of course, is a special day in South Africa. It's Mandela Day. And it's also the day that we were supposed to have arrived at Kilimanjaro Airport and made our way to the gates of Kilimanjaro. So that's why we have chosen 18th of July for our virtual Kilimanjaro climb. And what's special about our virtual Kilimanjaro challenge, I think, is it talks to who we are, and part of our motto is just look up to the challenge. And of course, the challenge for us is a big adventure. It's a big mountain, but it's also the challenge of trying to prevent cruelty to animals in South Africa. And of course, that's all about its education, working with communities. And it is also, sometimes, unfortunately, it's about prosecuting people who commit acts of cruelty towards animals. So that's our challenge, but we look up. And so what's special about our Kilimanjaro virtual challenge this year is that you have to do 10,000 steps a day for 5 days, but they have to be up. So I'm figuring out my challenge, and I'm going to be running around my suburb, Parkhurst, which people don't really think about hills when they think about Parkhurst, but it does have some good inclines. So I'm going to be doing 20,000 steps a day, because 10,000 of those will be up, and the other 10,000 will be down. So I've just kicked off my training this month. I signed up for the Comrades Challenge that the Santon SPCA is offering. Run, Human, Run, which you can also find on their Facebook page. So that's our SPCA Adventure Challenge. It's our Kilimanjaro Challenge for the month of July.
Wonderful. And you won't be seeing me doing that because it sounds massively challenging. However, I can press the donate button and donate money. So I think the next thing I want to ask you is how how do you want people to donate if they aren't as fit and amazing? Um, and especially as we've got very cold weather in Johannesburg, so we had a guy run around our neighborhood um, for 14 hours for charity. So, and the wonderful thing was that people came out and cheered him. How would you like people to? What's the easiest way for people to show their support?
Yeah, well, first of all, I might try to tempt you to join, Andy, because one of the things that's great about Kilimanjaro is it's really hard, but it's also very achievable. So you don't have, and you go slowly, so you can do your challenge very slowly. So remember that when you're deciding whether or not you are up for the challenge. So how can you support us? Well, please. Follow us in social media. Go to our um, go to our website www.spcaadventurechallenge.com, or follow us on Facebook, SPCA Adventure Challenge, and please donate and support the team and support our climbers. Our goal with the SPCA Adventure Challenge is to raise R1 million a year for the Santon SPCA. And that's a really big goal. We've not done that yet, but we think that it is an achievable goal. Um, and but it is harder in the new virtual environment that we're trying to adapt to. So with the SPCA, the Kilimanjaro Virtual Challenge, we're looking to use that and other events that you will see on our social media to raise 400,000 Rand for the Santon SPCA this year. And then, Andy, I'd just like to tell people a little bit about SPCAs in South Africa and why it's so important to support them. It is, I think, we are an animal. Well, there are about 70 SPCAs around the country. They all fall under the governance of the national SPCA, but they're all independently funded. So they
Right.
rely on their own fundraising efforts in order to do their work. And why I have chosen the SPCA for my um, animal welfare charitable work is because they're a shelter to animals. We provide shelter and we rehome tens of thousands of animals across the country every year. But we also, our mission, what makes us different than other animal welfare organizations is our inspectors. And they have a special role to play in South Africa in the prevention of cruelty to animals. And it's a tough world for animals, and they very much rely on the support of SPCA's to protect them. So I think that's why I support the SPCA, and I now I wanted to something was really else important. Oh yes, I wanted the other one of the other important things I wanted people to know
Yeah.
is that SPCAs don't get any government funding, and people often think, oh well, the government will fund an organization like
Yes,
the
I've
SPCA
read about
because of
that.
the important work it does. Yeah, so no government funding. We rely entirely on donations.
Wow.
So I think how can you support us? Come out and join our virtual Kilimanjaro challenge. You can also join our hiking club. So we have an SPCA Adventure Challenge hiking club. Unfortunately, we can't hike at the moment because the regulations still prohibit organized groups from hiking. But we've got a fantastic hiking program that's ready to go. You can find it on our webpage again, www.spcaadventurechallenge.com. It's 500 Rand a year for the annual fee to join, and all of the whole 500 Rand goes to the Santon SPCA. So that's a great way to join us, and it's also a great way to get outside in nature, and we can do the hiking in a socially distanced sort of way. We did one hike, Andy, just before lockdown,
Yeah.
and we agreed that we would all hold each other accountable for social distancing. So yeah, we did. I think we did at least 2 meters apart. And
Yeah.
if anybody was closing that gap, we reminded each other. So as soon as we can, we're going to get back out there and get hiking with our club. We're also going to be offering other events. We just rebranded actually from SPCA Kilimanjaro Challenge to SPCA Adventure Challenge a month ago. And the reason for that was we're expanding beyond our very successful Kilimanjaro fundraiser. And we're looking to add other challenges. So keep an eye on our web page, our Facebook. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter for the new adventures that
Yeah.
we're offering. But we're looking at other mountains, and we're also looking at doing some local adventures because there's fantastic local hikes and challenges in South Africa. So
Yeah.
we have we're looking for a community of adventurers who want to come out there, challenge, exercise, and support our purpose.
And that's the thing, isn't it? The community is part of it, isn't it? I'm making you some hiking socks here.
Oh, wonderful. We need hiking socks. And I'll tell you, if you're climbing Kilimanjaro, you need a few of them. Yes, we're all about, we're all about community. And
Yeah.
I think our new logo, if you have a look at it, Andy, that the circle, SPCA Adventure Challenge, I love it. So it's got the mountain, and the mountain is part of a paw with the climber
Yeah.
just looking up. And then we have those are the four paw pads represent our purpose. Animals, of course, our community,
Yeah.
because our mission is prevention of cruelty to animals, but that involves working with communities, and I think that is part of the most rewarding. That's some of the most rewarding work that we do.
Yeah.
Helping people who love their animals to care for them.
Yes.
And we've got a few minutes. I'd love to talk a little bit about the outreach of the Santon SPCA. The third paw is for Earth. And of course, if you're going to do something as incredible, as amazing, and inspirational as
Yeah.
climbing Kilimanjaro, then, you are inspired by the Earth. You're inspired by the beauty of the environment that you're in, but also the power of nature, which is, yeah, it's scary in the times that we live in. And then the fourth paw, or the fourth sort of guiding star, is about self. It's very much so when we do our adventures, like Kilimanjaro, for example, it's one of the things I think that's really fantastic about our climbs is we have great people who join them. And I think what makes it great is that common purpose. And
Yeah.
people bring themselves to the mountain, to the challenge, to the adventure, because you have a goal. You want to do something really big, like climb Kilimanjaro, right? So you need to dig deep. You need to push yourself hard to get to the top of the mountain, and that's a very personal part of the challenge.
Yeah.
But then the other part is very much we climb together for a common purpose to get the team up to the top of Kilimanjaro, and of course to raise funds for the Santon SPCA.
Yeah. Oh, Stephanie, that I think is sold to a lot of people. They're gonna they're gonna want to do this experience, and of course now they can do it virtually, which in many ways means that it's accessible to people who may not feel they can deal with altitude sickness. Although you don't have to be a marathon runner, do you, um, to get to the top? And sometimes if you're too fit, you can push yourself too hard, and then you run into trouble because it is a very challenging thing that you do. But now basically you can do it at home, round your block, which is
Absolutely.
amazing, amazing, and the community thing, which is obviously with lockdown everybody needs right now. Now I am going to end this little part one, shall we say? And you've done a fantastic dog, brilliant job, letting me draw while you talk. And now we've got our socks. Now I hope you're happy with this. I can move things around because this is a little bit of a tutorial. So if you wanted, let's say, this a bit bigger, different color, do you want to have pink socks? Do how would you like to change this? Would you like them just with
Um,
no bicycle, no hiking? Because when you're doing a merchandise, there are some things you can focus on. Is there anything that jumps out at you?
so I would love. I mean, I like the color. I like color. So I
Okay.
have to say, I think it'd be great to do maybe experiment with a little bit of color. So I mean, I think pink socks would be fantastic. They don't quite fit with the brand logos, but I think we could put our logo on there, and I think
Okay.
they appeal to, yeah, they certainly appeal to me.
All right.
I like we're looking for I think bicycle is great because we're looking for people when you're doing the I should have said when you're doing the Kilimanjaro, even the virtual challenge, you can walk, run, cycle, as long as it's up, whatever you want to do. You can do stairs in your house, right?
Yeah.
You yeah, and so I think cycling is great. You can also do a treadmill in your house, and those are perfect because they go up.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so and we're also looking at some of our adventures. Our challenges are also going to involve not just climbing mountains, but also cycling, running. So
Okay.
that communicates that message really nicely.
Okay. So I've kind of got the brief. I'm just using that blue that you talked about to have the corporate colors. I'm just going to put in the white of the dog's, uh, the body here, you can see. And then the last thing is you do want the logo. Do you want it just once on the sock? I mean, it could be somewhere like here. So if you imagine you're walking along and it's right at the front of your ankle,
Hmm.
where would
Yeah.
you, yeah, okay, we can do that.
Yeah, right at the front, great. Because you know what? The other thing is kind of nice for everybody. Our hiking club, I can see everybody wearing those socks walking up the mountain, and everyone, then that is very visual. They can see that.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to probably wrap this part of the the tutorial on how to do merchandise, and listening to the client, and then you can take this idea away with you. And what's wonderful is that everyone, while I've been drawing, has learned so much about this virtual um, SPCA Adventure Challenge, which I just love. I think it's amazing. I'll just quickly put this logo on for you, and you might think, oh, it's been chopped in half, but it does give you an idea of where it would go, somewhere like that. Are you happy with that? Bigger.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Okay, so that's the brief. I'll just color clear that away. Oops. And then can you, while I'm finishing this off, can you
Hmm.
please get out your pen and paper? Because now we're
Oh
going
my
to
goodness.
do
Tansy's gonna have to do the drawing for me. Yeah, get your paws.
this. Well, that would be even better if Tansy does it. Now, I know this looks a bit chopped on the sock, but you get the idea. And there you have your amazing. I'm a perfectionist, so I'm just going to tidy up a little bit here. your amazing, amazing hiking socks. So we've got 5 minutes. I'm going to teach you how to now draw. There's other animals, not just dogs. Would you like to learn how to draw a cat?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
Mm.
All right, I am going to take this away and let's do it. I'll use the corporate, the branding, sorry, the charity branding colors. All right, pen and paper ready. Tansy, ready.
Dancing.
And a lot of people who, I know Bob wrote in earlier, we've got a couple of people sending in requests. Um, if you have never drawn, this is an easy way to draw a cat. So this is a bit delayed, so I'm just going to say draw a line, and then you have to wait a few seconds. You might be able to see that line. Should I do that again? I'll do it a bit bolder. There we go. Okay. And then how are you doing there?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm doing my best. Oh, Tansy, I put Tansy on the floor. Her paws were a little tough.
Okay, so we've got two triangles and a line in the middle. And we can have the triangles slightly off. It doesn't matter. Everything's fine. Two little dots quite close together like that. And then we've got a little upside down triangle. And we want that quite close to the two eyes. I hope everyone watching is having a go. And then we're going to do a little line or a U on its side. So a curved line. Don't give up. Isn't there a wonderful phrase? There's a saying by Nelson Mandela that you have on your website where he says,
"Nothing is impossible until it's done." No, it always seems impossible until it's done. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, now we're going to do from the cat's nose, we're going to do sort of an upside down heart. And then we're going to do a little triangle inside the ear. So one ear like that and one ear like that.
Oh, I've got you now.
I have drawn cats before. This one's slightly different, okay? And then
So what did you want in the ear again?
a little triangle inside the ears.
A little triangle. Oh, you know what? I'm getting it now. It's starting to come together.
Oh, it's brilliant. You're such a courageous woman, up Kilimanjaro 4 times. And this is the biggest challenge I think you've ever had. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
So we're going to do a big oval starting from the right, the left-hand side, so the cat's right ear, okay? And just watch me. And we're going to do this sort of oval like that.
An oval from the ear.
Right ear and round to the other side. And anyone who's having a go, remember you can always pause this. It's live at the moment, but you can always pause it and take it more slow. Now under the heart shape of the top, the nose bit of the cat, we're going to do a little U. And I use the word U to describe this particular mark because it's super easy once you get it. Okay. And if you want to put some whiskers on, feel free. I'm going to put 3 whiskers on. I can't wait to see this, Stephanie.
Oh, you don't. Oh,
Not yet, not yet, not yet.
Okay. Okay, so that's so funny. Yeah, well, wait till you get the full picture. You won't believe what you're gonna get. This might be a first for you.
Okay, I'm now going to do what looks like a funny line. I'm going to do like a sausage like that. And
Sausage.
a sausage on
Okay.
its, like a sausage on its side.
A sausage on its side. Okay. Mhm.
And then we're going to do a little mark like this, which is a U kind of on its side. And you can see now he's sort of
You.
crossing.
Where's the U?
Let me.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you again.
Okay.
And there's a U on its side, and that's his other paw underneath.
Oh,
And
okay.
on his right shoulder, so the left side of the page, you want to do another U, connecting those two.
Right.
And this is, I'm being naughty because this is actually a bit more complex than what I normally do. And then a little U, if you're watching, that connects that too. So that's his paw, basically. He's got white paws.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. So I'm now going to do another U here.
Which is where?
Right hand side. I'll do that again for you. So on the right side of the
Okay.
picture, so another U, and then just connect it to the paw.
Okay.
And then cats have lovely tails, so we're going to have one of those cat
Oh, yeah.
tails that, you know how they always move around
Okay.
when they're about to attack. And then I like to put a little pad on, a white sock on the end of his tail. Very, very simple. Now let's have a look. Let's see what you've done.
Okay. So the other thing I didn't tell your listeners is I am an ordinary woman who climbs Kilimanjaro, the one mountain woman. I'm also a lawyer, so I'm going to give you a disclaimer, which is somehow my Facebook went awry, so I was just listening and drawing. So that's why this was quite a unique experiment, and I did take one peek there to see how close I was. Can you see that? So yeah, that was the best I could do. But I started with an upside down triangle, then I realized, oh, well, I've just got to go with it, right?
This is live.
But that is.
I'm sorry. Okay, absolutely wonderful. You know, you get 101% for perseverance, and this is why you can go up Mount Killy 4 times, 5 times. You don't give up. I love it, and we're going to end it there. We've got Bob, who's just typed in saying fantastic, which you now have a fan club. You have a fan base. Brilliant. Thank you. And we can't tell you how much we appreciate all the work that you're doing and everyone that you work with. And please, please, please donate. After this live Facebook, there's loads of information, links, so you've got no excuse. And we hope you'll come back and talk to us again soon. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Stephanie, thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you to everybody for joining, and thank you for being a great sport, Andy.
Oh, you're welcome. And I hope we see those socks on sale soon. Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.